take the fitness realm, for example. There are a lot of fitness models or whatever who, you get a bunch of followers and they all ask, hey, well, how can I look like you, and so on and so forth. And they won't be brutally just dead honest with these people and say, okay, look, I take this or whatever, but I'm also doing, steroids on the side, or I'm taking SARMs, or I'm doing this other thing or whatever.
Right.
And also just not saying, hey, yo, also part of this is genetics. So like I've gotten people for years now, like people have said, like I had like one lady when I was a flight attendant, she was like, she said, and I quote, I bet you don't even know what a donut looks like. I'm like, babe, I got a honey bun in my bag right now. like I got a honey bun and some cookies in my bag right now. I'm finna go eat when I'm done talking to you. Like, but I have no issue telling people like, yo,
you do love your honey buns,
bro. I got a bad sweet tooth. Like at one point I had 14 cavities. Like at one time I had 14 cavities in my mouth. Like I got a bad sweet tooth. Like it's bad. but I have no issue whatsoever telling people like I got away with how I eat and ate by pure genetics alone.
Right.
Like when I worked at Route 21, whenever I had my break or whatever, there was a Burger King right on the opposite end of the mall. I would just go down there and like my go-to was a Hershey pie because I'm a fat boy, and like 2 double cheeseburgers with no pickles and a Sprite.
Ooh,
every day that I work,
delicious.
that's what I'm eating. And,
Right.
and once again, and so I'm still able to look decent by genetics alone. So like my pet peeve is people who are not honest. And so the one thing that I do know that I'm gonna keep being is honest.
Right. Good.
Like, let's talk about it. We can be real. Like whatever it is y'all want to hammer about, we can go at it. So that way, one, I'm prideful. I can say that I did it this way. I did it this. I stayed real. I stayed myself about it. But then 2, it can actually help somebody as opposed to deceive somebody and have someone thinking something that's really not the case.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Like you have to understand, like, for someone to take on the responsibility of like a fitness consultant, fitness personality, personal trainer on your online thing, where it's like you have to take into effect, your genetics, your gut, you know what I mean? Just like your gut, how it processes your metabolism. Like my metabolism is crazy, and well, that's the thing though, is like that's just how my metabolism is, and I've stayed the same weight since high school, and like there's nothing that I've been able to do about it.
Man.
I know. And I like, they're from different ranges of being super healthy and on it to being like not healthy. And, I take that as a blessing. Don't people at me being like, you don't
You
understand.
lucky piece of shit.
Right. It's like, I know. But it's also an interesting thing though, too, is like people that need to understand, like if I do have some fitness goals, and I do have fitness goals, I try to like, get there, maybe quarantines, I haven't been the best at it. We can go into that another time. But, it's like someone to be honest with me about like, all right, so your metabolism's this crazy. These are the things that you need to put into your body to do that. To get to the, like, if you want to gain 20 pounds of muscle, you need to be able to do this.
Yeah. And also that one, everybody's body isn't the same.
Right.
Like you can keep something as simple as like allergies. There are things that, like, I'm allergic to shellfish. As much as I used to love shrimp growing up, I'm big sad because I can't eat it no more. Even stuff like that, or like everybody's body is going to react differently. You got people who they eat one slice of bread and then they bloat. Just once again, being real with people. And then on top of that, you have the different body types, be it ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, anywhere in between based on what your parents look like. Once again, lying to people, or at least giving people this false image or expectation of just do this here, just do this cookie cutter plan that I've created for you that I'm giving everybody else that ain't even tailored to you specifically and what your specific goals are. Like, to me, that is unacceptable, and I hate it with the burning passion of 1,000 suns. I hate it so much.
Because chances are it's like not going to work.
It's not
tailored.
It is not. Yeah. And it's going to make those people give up altogether. Because they're
gonna work so hard. I said I did all these steps exactly as you told me to, and nothing happened for me. Well, that's because it wasn't. That's not that person's fault.
Right. Because it wasn't. The reason it didn't work is because it wasn't meant for you. They didn't make it with you in mind. They made it with money in mind.